Hey everyone, I'm back with another little review here. I'm gonna do a little rant more so on Halloween from last year, from 2018 last year. I want to say right off the bat, I really did not care much for this film. As you know, apparently it's a sequel officially to the 1978 classic. Apparently it ignores the rest of the sequels, which I think is a little ridiculous because I kind of liked a few of the sequels. I really liked Halloween 2. 3 was alright if it wasn't supposed to be called Halloween. You know what? I'll do the reviews at another time. A few of them were kind of bad, but I really liked Halloween 2 and H2O and 4. But this film, I thought it didn't really do anything new. I mean, it was kind of cool having Jamie Lee Curtis back as an aged Laurie Strode. No offense. Um, I really, and Michael in this film, apparently, okay, the real quick plot is he's been apparently locked up for 40 years, because 78 to 18, 40 years. Okay. I don't even know how he's locked up. I mean, the film didn't make clear of how he even got there, because if it's supposed to be a sequel to the original 78 film, he ran off. He escaped at the end. He, ran off at the end. So I don't know how they tracked him down. It doesn't really explain that. There's a lot of stuff it doesn't explain a lot in this film, like that and apparently, then he's apparently on a bus being transferred to another facility, and the bus crashes and it doesn't offer any explanation why. um One of the doctors, I forget his name, the film, I forget the name, but he says something happened, Michael overtook the driver, something like that, but we don't even get to see it happen, which is totally friggin' lame if you ask me. It's totally lame. We don't even get to see how he escapes the bus or how it crashes. We get a vague explanation. And I have to watch again. Please tell me if I missed something, because we don't even get a clear explanation of what happened on the bus. And I thought that was dumb. And that was, yeah. And there's another storyline where apparently Laurie's in the, oh my god, it's a plot of the film. Yeah, Laurie's in the woods. I don't know if she's living in the woods per se, but she's living as a recluse, I guess. And she has all these weapons in case Michael would come back, which is all right, I guess, and kind of interesting. And I said, for the acting, Jamie Lee Curtis, she does pretty good, but she doesn't really sometimes given the best scenes. I mean, she does good for what she has, I'll admit that. And the one plot I was really also disappointed with was the podcast plot line. These two journalists are trying, I guess, interview people that know Myers. And I thought, okay, podcast bringing Halloween modern age with podcasts nowadays. That doesn't even go anywhere. I mean, spoiler alert, so mute if you don't want to hear this. I'm going to spoil it soon. They both get killed off by Michael. They go in the gas station, he kills both of them. I'm like, wow, you could, and the storyline with the podcast goes absolutely nowhere, which is total BS, I think, because that was setting up to be a promising aspect. They spend a good portion of the film hinting, at this podcast, and that doesn't go anywhere. So that was stupid. And 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 not only that, it's like it was just dumb. It doesn't go anywhere. And they were kind of interesting. Two characters were kind of interesting, I'll admit. The journalists, they were building towards being interesting characters. Nope, they get off. I was like, really? They were getting interesting. Nope, the storyline was getting interesting. Nope, you just off them, which was totally lame. And there's a story when, and some of the other characters are teenage characters were just very one-dimensional. They really didn't have much to them at all. I mean, they were expected what you expect of a teen horror film. Laurie's daughter, I'll admit, was probably the really only one that wasn't so one-dimensional. I'll admit that she was decently written. And But everyone else for the teens were just so like stereotypical teens for a horror film, and they really didn't stand out that much. So when Michael started killing a few of them, I really didn't care all that much. And some of the kills for that, some of the kills were all right. Like when Michael he stabs a guy and then puts him on the fence was kind of interesting. But the problem is there's so many scenes that rip off from the sequels. Like when in the original, if you've seen Halloween 2, there's a scene when he sneaks in the house, grabs a kitchen knife and stabs the and kills the couple. In this film, before stabbing him, kills him with he breaks in the house, walks in. I don't think he breaks it. He sneakily walks in, beats the lady with a hammer off screen, which is kind of silly because the film's rated R. So I thought that was odd, the film's rated R, so I don't know why they didn't want to show her getting brutally beaten with the hammer. I'm like, that's dumb. The film's rated R, it's a horror film. I thought that was kind of weird. And then Michael grabs a kitchen knife off the table, just like in Halloween 2, goes back out. And they even ripped off the scene from H2O, when the lady's looking out the window and Michael cuts her throat. In this version, though, no, he stabs her through the neck. He stabs her like that. And I'm like, wow, another ripoff. And then the ending rips off Halloween 2 too. Because Laurie, they set the house with gas. Apparently it was like a trap, apparently, in case Michael come back, they could just blow the house up, I guess. Like the ending of Halloween 2, when they set the room with gas, they throw the match and it blows up. And then, of course, the sequels revealed he didn't die anyway. And Loomis didn't die in the film. I'm like, wow, you ripped off another scene. And they even then ripped off Halloween 5, which was one of my least favorite films of the series. The scene when he kills the 2 policemen in the car, here he does the same thing. He kills 2 policemen in the car. Oh, we don't see it either, although I don't think Halloween 5 showed it either. Well, that film wasn't even good. We don't even know what went down there with the fight scene. No, they're dead right away. It's like, there's so many cutaways in this scene, which I think is kind of stupid. I'm like, it's a horror film? Okay, sometimes they want to leave it up to your imagination. Fine. Here, I felt like it wasn't done right, if you know what I mean. And the other things, I mean, and there's one so predictable a lot. Like there's one scene when the girl's pranking the boy baby. She's like a babysitter, I think, and she's watching the young boy, and he says, "Oh, there's someone in my room," and then she goes up. She says, "Oh no, sir, Oh no," thinking that she's being attacked. I kind of, and then it's revealed, oh no, she's it was all a show. It was fake. Oh, she was faking it. I knew that was gonna happen. Because the trailer's kind of spoiled scenes, just like the journalist scene when when with the teeth, when Michael, puts teeth over the stall to scare her. I don't know why he did. Apparently, just I guess to scare the lady to run away so he could kill her. I guess. But even the trailer with the closet, she opens the closet and sees him. I kind of knew it wasn't going to be real. I mean, even the way she acted, it was meant to be fake, but it sounded like way too fake for its own good. And then she even kills her boyfriend too. He kills her obviously because you see him stab her. And then the boyfriend, he grabs a knife. I thought he's like, oh hell with this or something. So I'm like, dude, why don't you just call the police? I know friends being killed. I know, but it's like, why would you go up there and put yourself in harm's way? And then you don't even see him get killed. You see him hang on the wall and kill. I'm like, what is with this off-screen death stuff? It's like really kind of stupid a lot. It feels very cheap. You don't even know what went down. Like, I thought that was it's just really lame. And then there's the part where the guy with his son, is in the car, and he sees the bus crash with what looks like mental patients. Why would he even get out of the car? Why would you even get out of the car? You see them in, medical robes. a bus, I'd be like, I'm hightailing out of there. And yeah, he goes up, or call the police at least, saying, "Oh, there's a bus crash. There's people walking around." You drive a little bit away from the scene. I wouldn't fully. I don't know if I'd leave this. I don't know if I'd leave the scene, but you don't get out of the car near them. It's like, come on, dude. And then you don't even know if he. Apparently, he gets killed. You don't even hear him scream. I don't think. Apparently, Michael killed him, but you don't even know that. But you do see Michael. They this one kill. This one kill was very cheap, though. I thought, I'm like, for a horror film, even, I'm like, come on, that's a real cheap move. He kills the little kid. He breaks the he twists and breaks the little kid's neck. I'm not joking. Michael actually does that to a little kid. I'm like, okay, dude. I know Jaws, one of my favorite films. I know the kid got eaten by a shark in the film, but I don't know. That was more. I don't know. That was more. I don't know if I want to say well done, but it was maybe when it wasn't. I don't know. That it just worked. It was more effective there. Here, it just feels like a cheap shock value move. Just like in AVP Requiem. I really hate that movie too. It's so unnecessarily gory to the point when I'm like, okay, now you're just putting gore for the sake of it. When it bursts out of the little kid, kills the pregnant woman, I'm like, come on, that's so cheap. It's such a cheap way to get a scare. But I'm going off topic. That's another film rant for another time. But I mean, they say they want to humanize Michael in this film. He gets shot by Laurie in the head or something, and still alive. So where's the humanizing point come in? I'm like, how are you even alive after that? I know people can survive in the head. I've heard people get shot in the head and survive, but with a shotgun blast, I think that's what it was. I'm like, how are you alive? And then there's the scene when there's another real scene that was stupid, I thought. Oh, the twist when you figure out Michael's doctor wants to spare him. The sheriff hits him. The doctor stabs the sheriff. He goes, "We can't. I told you not to run him over," or something like that. And he puts on Michael's mask. I'm like, this is getting stupid. This is getting real stupid all of a sudden. He's in the car. I'm like, does this guy not know Michael's not going to hesitate killing him? He's in the back seat. I'm like, at least put him in the trunk. He puts Michael in the back seat of the cop car, and it's the daughter, I guess. Michael wakes up from being hit, obviously. I'm like, he gets hit by a car and he's alive. Knocks him out, gets alive. Okay. I'm like, you try to humanize him? It's not humanizing him. This is just like the original. It's no different. Michael rams him, smashes him into the seat with his. I don't know if he kicks the seat in all the way, and real almost kills him, and then he goes out, drags him out of the car. And this scene, I'm like, that's not even. I don't even think that's realistic. What happens next? He's on the ground with one stomp of his foot. He kicks his head in, and his head blows up like a water, not like a water balloon. It's like when Michael with one stomp, Michael kicks the guy's head in, and his head blows up. What I saw, like a water balloon, just blood everywhere. I'm like, dude. Michael's a big guy. The actor who plays him is a big guy. There's a lot of strong. Okay, I bet there's a lot of strong people that are really tall who can do a lot with one foot. One strength. Real strong people. If someone, even if a real strong guy stomped your foot into your head, I'm sure one stomp would probably either give you brain damage, a concussion, bleed. You would probably bleed. At worst case, one stomp, it could fracture your skull. You can bleed out. Hemorrhage, bleed out. Okay. It would take quite a few heavy stomps, even for a real strong guy. I've seen a lot of strong men do a lot of crazy stuff. And, good for them, they're strong. But the fact is, one stomp of a foot into a guy's head is not, I don't think, gonna make their head blow up like a water balloon. When I saw that, I'm like, that is not realistic. From what I tell at all. So that was stupid. That was more stupid, though, than anything. And then there's the scene when, the girl's in the woods. She runs away from the car after Michael kills the guy, the doctor. She runs off in the woods, sees all these mannequins that apparently I think Laurie was target practicing on with her gun. And she screams when she sees the mannequins. I'm like, girl, they're freaking mannequins. Okay, they do look a little creepy how they look, especially with the gunshots, but she goes like, but she like real screams a lot, like bloody murder when she sees these mannequins. I'm like, girl, I'm like, come on. They're not like bodies or something. I thought that was a little silly. More than anything. And then the guy, he goes out, sees the cop car, thinks it's the cops. Of course it's not, because Michael killed them. I don't know if Michael was driving the car. It's not made clear how that even happened. The car hits something. And he's like, oh, did you find her or something? And he goes out by himself. I'm like, why would you go out by yourself? Michael's on the loose. And Michael strangles him, I guess, with this chain. Or didn't you hear a crack? I don't know if he broke his neck too, or he just strangled him with the chain. It's not even really made clear. But the one scene I did like, then Michael goes in the house, Laurie tries to, see where he's at. It's like a cat and mouse game. Although it kind of felt like they were ripping off the ending of Silence of the Lambs when they're in the house, all the lights are out. It's all dark, really well done scene, real great movie, real well done scene. It just felt like they were ripping that off now. Again, it's well done, I guess it's well shot, but it just felt like a rip-off of Silence of the Lambs. And then of course Michael comes out. He throws her off the edge, like in the original, except now she gets thrown off the edge, or even in Rob Zombie's film, they fall off the edge of the house. He looks down, she's gone. Oh, big homage there to the original. Was under the secret passageway. Michael finds him. He gets shot a few times. And of course, as the mom's walking up, Michael grabs her ankle, but they manage to get his hand off. Like in every horror film ever, they always grab on to them before they go. And then they set a trap, they blow the house up. I don't even know what was up with the ending, even. Like, oh, and then the other part, the ending, the scene with after the couple are killed. No, the teenage pair are killed in the house. He gets a call. Cop gets a call about a domestic disturbance. And I don't know if he knows Michael's on the loose, but it's only him that goes. I'm like, one policeman. If they knew Michael was on the loose about and they hear about a disturbance, why would you only send one policeman? Please correct me if I'm wrong. That maybe they didn't know Michael was on the loose, but one policeman, I don't know. Any real life, I'm never a fan of just sending one police for a disturbance. You should maybe always send two. The buddy system, I guess. Of course, then he goes. I don't think he gets killed. I think he escapes then. No, wait, Michael? Oh my god, I even forget Michael killed him. Oh my god, that's how forgettable a lot of this film is. But there was overall, and then the ending shot. I don't know if it's supposed to set up even a sequel. It was kind of stupid. You know, Laurie's granddaughter. I guess they're in. They wave a guy down going by in a truck. You don't even see who the guy is, which I thought was kind of stupid. Who the guy driving the truck is. Would have liked to have seen who. It zooms into Laurie's granddaughter holding the kitchen knife she took before they left the house, I guess. I'm like, oh, what's she gonna become, a killer now? I mean, why else would it zoom in on the knife? You know? But overall, I mean, that's how it ends even. And then there's just overall just really not my favorite Halloween film at all. There's some good stuff. It tries to do some stuff. It doesn't execute the ideas very well. And most of it felt like they were just ripping off other scenes from the original and even a couple of the reboots, I guess. I don't know, but overall I felt like it could have been better. I think Michael's mask also was decent looking, I guess. It wasn't lame like a few of the other films looked. Overall, I'm just disappointed with it. Again, if you like it's fine. I didn't like it much. Well, some other people didn't like it either. That's all I gotta say. See ya. Bye.